Hi, I'm Sean, and this is Skateboard Science with me, Sean. Today we're going to answer some questions from our fans.
What fans?
I'm going to pretend you didn't say that. Okay, our first question is from Matt from Fresno, California. His question is, how does energy relate to pumping? Well, Matt, I have an answer for you. Pumping is what you do on a half pipe to get more speed.
Pump, 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 pump.
And more speed means more kinetic energy. And just like on a swing, when you pump, you go faster. Also, if any of you watching don't know what pumping is, it is when your legs are bent before you hit the ramp, and you straighten them out right as you hit the ramp. This increases your kinetic energy, or speed. Okay, next question. This one is from Camden in Miami, Florida. His question is, what energy is involved with skateboarding on a halfpipe? Camden, that's a very good question. First of all, I would just like to define kinetic potential and gravitational potential energy, because that might help you understand my answer more. Kinetic energy is the energy of a moving object. Potential energy is the stored energy of a still object. And gravitational potential energy is potential energy related to an object's height. Okay, back to your question. When you are standing at the top of the halfpipe, that is potential energy. Kinetic energy is when you're going down the halfpipe. Also, if you were to go on a vert ramp like the pros and get huge air, at your highest point in the air, you are full of potential energy. As you fall down to land back on the ramp, gravity converts your potential energy to kinetic energy. Also, onto a sort of different topic, you would have greater gravitational potential energy when you are skating at the top of the halfpipe than at the bottom. Also, you would have more kinetic energy if you dropped in at the top of the halfpipe than at the bottom. And there is mechanical energy when you are holding your board at the top of the ramp ready to drop in. Mechanical energy is energy an object has because of its motion or position. There is mechanical energy here because your foot is holding the board in that position. Okay, I hope that answered your question. Moving on. This question is from Justin in Chicago, Illinois. His question is, how is the science between big skaters and small skaters different? Okay, Justin, I do believe I have an answer for you. It's not the longest answer ever, but it's still an answer. If a big skater were to drop in, he would have a lot of kinetic energy going down the ramp. If a smaller skater were to drop in, he wouldn't have as much kinetic energy going down the ramp as the larger skater. That's all of the information I have for that question, but I hope it helps. Okay, this one is from Doug in Franklin, Massachusetts. His question is, what science is involved in skateboarding on a grind rail? First of all, when you ollie up onto the rail, that involves kinetic energy. And then, when you are actually grinding across the rail, that creates friction. And then the friction created by the board sliding across the rail creates heat. Okay, unfortunately, we only have time for one more question.
Don't you mean fortunately?
You know what?
What?
I don't know, just leave.
Thanks.
Okay, this question is from Jimmy in Las Vegas, Nevada. His question is, how is chemical energy involved with skateboarding? First of all, chemical energy is the potential energy stored in chemical bonds. Okay, the only thing that I can think of is when a skater would stop to have a snack. Chemical energy is in the stored particles that are in food. Food gives you chemical energy, which allows you to walk, run, and move. I'm Sean, and I will see you next time on Skateboard Science with Sean.